What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today are doing a tier list. I haven't done nothing about Pokemon in a good bit because the other game I was playing it didn't really work out well. It was my most worst playthrough. I haven't done many playthroughs, but that was the worst game series I've done. Like one of my videos, I at least gotten one view on any of my videos, but there's like one of my videos that doesn't have no views. I don't know if it's changed or not, but to this day it still hasn't changed. But I'm talking about Pokemon because I played at least a lot of them. If you're asking why B tier is already like a big clump of the Pokemon games that are there, because I've not played those games. I know the remakes. I played the remakes, and the remakes are this little the same, but they have some changes because they're a remake with the 4th gen, art on top of them, which they're the games, but they're the 4th gen games. So yeah, that's why they're kind of separate. So other than that, we're gonna be talking about it. Just off the bat, we're gonna go in order from generations. If we could talk about best generation, I can't really go into depth really, because every generation's great. There's some downfalls, there's some close things, some bad things about every generation, but every generation has fans. Certainly the newer generations, like Gen 1, everybody loves that, but the newer generations, there's always going to be a polarized idea about them. So other than that, I put Emerald up there. Emerald's it's a good game. I loved it. It's one of the only ones, the old games I've played and finished. It was a really good game. But I have tried Red and Blue, and Ruby and Sapphire, which are not bad games. Red and Blue is just too old for me to care about it, because I try to play old games and not have like the original Dragon Ball. I have not seen the original Dragon Ball because I think I went like an old style, but I've kept on seeing it, so I might as well just watch the original Dragon Ball, because it's actually interests me a lot, because people like and don't like Dragon Ball because of how old it is, and like some of the action scenes are kind of weird, and people like more shouting, crazy, colorful things, because the original Dragon Ball is mostly about kung fu and actual martial arts. Like in Dragon Ball Z, it's not too much martial arts. They actually go into depth about. But other than that, the next game after those, we go into 3rd gen, which I put up there, and then we go up to let's go with Soul Silver, and Soul Silver and I can't. Okay, I gotta remember it. Okay, and Heart Gold. I can remember the name right. I'm just sitting there looking at it. But I would say they're up here. Like a lot of these are gonna be up here, but some of them are gonna go down. Just gonna tell you right now, and it's gonna be surprising very much why they go down. They're gonna be up here because I'm biased. I will tell you that right now. I'm biased, but I'm not biased. I will put down any Pokemon game I deem or see that is good or bad. Just like their remakes, but they're like they're Gen 4, but they're not Gen 4. That's why I put them up here. If they were the predecessors, just the same story, down to everything, because the animation is not the same, the story's a tad bit different, characters look different, there's a whole different thing about the new game. Like you say, oh, it's just a remake, it's totally different. No, let's go just prove to us that's not true. How totally different a game can turn a whole region. But other than that, I put those guys up there. I'm gonna put them in A, and they're gonna stay in A. And then for 4th gen, 4th gen is very, and if you hear noise, it's just I'm in a place where it's like plenty of stuff like nearby, the roads nearby, so I can't really help it for now. I'll finish the fix the like I said it on my next video, but I'm doing something right now. We'll fix it next time I record, I assure you. But other than that, 4th gen is easy. They're going up here. This one, if we were talking about like stats, if I had to say which one is closer, I say Diamond is better. Diamond has Dialga, which lore-wise is probably one of the best Pokemon in lore, because literally controls time. Yeah. Oh yeah, Pokemon control space. Yeah. Let's just get my Dialga, who can literally change time and control time. Yes, we have Arceus, who's over them, but Arceus is so irrelevant in this day and age because they haven't done nothing with them. Dialga, they at least have them and Mystery Dungeon and all like other stuff. They have a card game. Arceus is just like, oh, I'm here. Yeah, sometimes he comes up a little bit, but other than that, Gen 4 games are really good. But then we get to the last Gen 4 game. Easily, Platinum. Platinum is easily S rank. Easily. You can. The difference between Diamond and Pearl are very, very shown because the story is changed a good bit, and also the lore in there, and just like the appearance of Dialga just changed up a lot because back in the day when we first found out about Arceus, it was like, oh, this new like being, like this is supposed to be like the new Pokemon or something, and he's like this big giant ghost dragon. Like literally, you're like, okay, whew, okay. Like literally during that thing, man, there's a lot of noise outside. But literally during that thing, you see that like when he when Cyrus does what he wants, one of the best villains. Also, that's why Sinnoh's up here. He makes it so that he makes a new world, but the problem is he's stuck with Giratina. Not Giratina. Did I say Dialga? Giratina. I don't know. I've been saying I switched between Dialga and Giratina. But Giratina, he's stuck with Giratina for a bit before the main character gets in there. And during the manga, if I have not seen the manga, but during the game, he's just sitting there like, I didn't want this to happen. But he's takes it because he's like, I did this. But in the manga, it just makes it so he was like getting traumatized by him. It was just like an awesome like thing like that. But I'm gonna talk all day about Gen 4. But that's it for Gen 4. I'm gonna go a little quicker because the other games I really don't have no attachment really too much. Gen 5. Now, oh, actually, I'll talk about that. Gen 5, easily. Right here. Nope, no, wrong one. Right here, easily up there. I would say they're up here story-wise. Story-wise, they're up there. But like, man, it is like so crazy how good the story was in Black and White. Oh, let me just do a little fix up here. Just gonna put it right there. Just going to, let me find it. Oh, right there. Actually, I won't do that to them. They're at least this. Not even that. They may be going into like C tier, but it was not a good game. It was okay game. It was such a night and day. The story was better in Black and White, the original. The legendaries are better. The characters are better. And when the story and characters are better, then that makes a whole ton of business, like difference, because first of all, Black and White introduced a lot of Pokemon. Then Black and White 2 was like, let's incorporate a little more Pokemon. It didn't really do too much in the Black and White. Black and White original showed us a new animation for the Pokemon, because Black and White animation took to fourth gen's animations are really different. But it was just like black and white, and then with N was probably one of my favorite characters in the Pokemon series. He's just like a cool character where he can talk to Pokemon and he understands Pokemon, and the whole lore of y'all being the two heroes of ideals, and I think wisdom or something to that extent. I can't remember right now, but that was just the great story wise. And I wanted to talk all day, but Gen 5 was good. There's some problems with Gen 5. There's very much people don't like Gen 5, but it's in America and it was awesome. And some of the 3D, like the bridges in there, were kind of cool for the time it came out. But we get to the sad songs. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm getting X and Y. I'm gonna go ahead and put these guys like right here. They're very irrelevant. I'm sorry. Like, I love Sapphire and Ruby. I love them. They're pretty good games. Like, but they're just so generic. And then when they remade it, it just made it even worse because I have not played really to the extent. Like, I can tell you playthroughs, but you have to play to really understand. Like, you can look at it, but you haven't played the game, so you don't know the functionality of it. But I played the original. I played these remakes. The remakes, they were alright. Like, it was just like they just slapped on a lot of like, oh, let's slap on this 3D animation from X and Y. Oh, let's slap on the story from Ruby and Sapphire, and then try to make a game out of there, giving Omega, giving the Prima evolutions, which they're pretty cool, but it was just like they just slapped up a lot of things and called it a game. Then we get into Sun and Moon, easily. Okay. There's a lot of B tiers. Nobody's a C tier, but we're gonna get to that. Somebody's gonna be a C tier in a minute. This is Sun and Moon wasn't a bad game. A lot of people don't like Sun and Moon for a lot of different reasons. Ultra, of course, and then we get to Ultra. Ultra is gonna be right here. I'm gonna say right now, Sun and Moon was a very lackluster generation and game. Like 3D animation, they came up, like they really showed us a lot, like everything, and it was just like cool. But it was just like no, it was not. It didn't live up to the hype. The story in Sun and Moon is better, even though it's not that good of a game. And then we get to Ultra, like Sun and Moon, and they're not doing anything. Like literally, they're worse because the only thing I had to say, Ultra Necrozma is probably the coolest. It's probably the coolest Pokemon in that, legendary in that game. Just downright coolest. I love Lunala, but I'm just saying, Ultra Necrozma, when you first saw him, he whooped your team because he didn't know. If you didn't watch a playthrough of it, you get your team whooped because he's weird typing. I think he's poison something. And he's this weird typing where you're like, oh well, I guess he's just gonna one shot my whole team. But it was just not. It was just needed more. I'd skip X and Y for a reason. X and Y is very much up here. I want to put them lower, but X and Y, it was one of my favorite games. That brought me back into Pokemon. Black and White brought me back. Black and White 2 brought me back. Then I played Black and White, and then I was like, Black and White's totally better. But X and Y really got me into it. I played X and Y I finished Elite Four in about maybe 2 weeks, and that was literally when I was doing schoolwork every day. I was thinking it was middle school, and I was supposed to be doing work, but I played the game, so I went back from doing that and playing that game. Yeah, X and Y was a good game. It was very unfinished. The story where you can even get into the last power plant on the other side. A lot of like legendaries were there, but not story oriented. A lot of stuff, and then the post game with Looker. I like the Looker thing because the the girl in there, I like her character design, and also I like her character. But Looker, I'm just gonna tell you, it was not the coolest. And then we get into here. Oh no, you're not going up there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is probably the easiest thing for me because it was such a bad game. No, I take it back. They are good, like design wise. Like the animation for this game is animation for the games are really good, but this game is really not good. I'm not saying this just because it was like a whole people like just ratting on this game because it was just like, oh, another Gen 1 remake. No, I really don't care about that. I love Gen 1 and I love all the generations. Gen 4 is my favorite, but I have a lot of favorite mons coming from every generation. I have no bias except for when I had bias for favorite generation, which is Gen 4 for me. But I do like these games. I do like Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, but I just felt like it was so much like, oh, we want money, so while we're making Sword and Shield, give me your money and we'll be off. Because they barely did nothing to fix that game. They just added a few little like gimmicky, oh yeah, it's the first Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch, and then it was like, what is this? It is trash. Like people, everyone was like, oh, this is a trash game. Then people started coming back, oh, it's not a bad game. Still, it's not the best game for people. I don't even like it too much because it's just felt like it was just they wanted to just make a game to just put out, and then, oh yeah, we're coming out with Sword and Shield, even though people are not liking that game either, even though it's doing good. I think rating wise now, I think it was bad like first starting out, but it's really, if we had it's not on here on this tier list, somebody made this one, I would put Sword and Shield easily at A. I may put it in B because the whole thing which I meant, Gigamaxing your Pokemon and being RNG based is very annoying, and it doesn't need to be in the game. If I want a Pokemon, I shouldn't have to have an RNG based. Like, I understand shinies, they're RNG based because the Pokemon are in there, but the shinies are not in there. But my Gigamax Pokemon shouldn't be RNG where I have I think a 10% or 9% chance of getting my Pokemon, and that's not even a chance that I will get it because you have to wait on a purple beam, and then the purple beam, you have I think an 88 like Pokemon that you can get from that chance, and if you don't get that, like you have to cheat. Yeah, like I see people soft reset, like not soft reset, but like save, reset the game, go back into it, do it again until they get a purple one, and even if you do that, you might not get the Pokemon that you want. But other than that, that was much of the video. This is a long video, and tell me if y'all like these long videos. I could try to shorten them, but I just wanted to make this a little more better, and then the train goes by. I just wanted to make this video just saying, just talking about the games. I'm gonna have another one on my other channel in a minute, but this is tier list for my best Pokemon game. Sword and Shield is at A if you want to know, but can go back to B if I really thought about it, even though I do like the games, and the customization is very bad in that game. I wish they put in more hairstyles than they did. But other than that, that was much of the video. Like and subscribe if y'all want more of this kind of stuff, and tell me what kind of games y'all want, and I'll see you guys later.